Hi, this is Dustin Burrell with CIS 240 Windows Server 2012 R2 class. Today we are going to be working with the Group Policy Management Console. Put that right there. We're on Activity 8.5, applying account policies to an organizational unit. Link a GPO to an organizational unit to show that it has no effect on domain accounts. That's the objective. You'll need just the 411 server 1 for this activity. Basically, you would like to unlink the user account policy GPO from the domain and link it to the domain controls OU. Next, you test to see which GPO setting have an effect on domain accounts. So, log on to 411 as administrator if necessary. I am already logged on to there. I am through. Click to expand the 411 dom1.local if necessary. I've already expanded it. And we're going to right click on user account right here. And we're going to delete it. Do you want to delete this link when it gives you that warning? Just click OK. Alright. And now you're going to want to go over to the domain controllers right over here. And right click. And go to link an existing GPO. And pick user account. And then click OK. So now that you've linked it to the domain controller, you're going to want the domain controller organizational unit contains the 411 server 1 computer account, which holds the Active Directory database containing all domain users. Now we're going to open up a command prompt window and just update the GP. So go down here, right click, smart, command prompt. Give it a GP update. As soon as this is finished, we're just going to close it. Group policy update right there, done and good. And now you're going to want to push Control Alt Delete and then change the password. Going to change a password. And my password is set to just password right now because I changed it on activity a while back. So password for me. Yours guys is probably still as password 01. And you're going to want to enter this in every single box. Let me double check that. Old password, yes. New password, confirm password, all the same. So and it says that my password has been changed. You may see a message stating that Windows is unable to update the password. This is because the default domain policy is in effect. Enforced password history is set to 24 in the default domain policy, so you can't change your password to the same value you used before. Because account policies can be set only at a domain level for domain accounts, the user account policy GPO linked to the domain controls OU has no effect on account policies for the administrator user. Unfortunately, it let me change mine. So I remember enforcing the password policy and it should have done that. So the next step, you want to unlink the user account policy GPO from the domain controller. So let's click inside domain controller. We have the user account. Just right click it and uncheck the link enable. And it's unlinked. Go ahead and leave this 411 server on if you're continuing to the next activity. And that's all there is to pretty much applying account policies to OU. Every time you link a policy, you got to update it. One of the best ways is through the command prompt window. I was able to change my password, and I don't think I should have been able to, but I don't believe I've hit it 24 times yet, so that was probably the reason. But enforced password history would make it so eventually you can't just use the same data. But here, let's go try it again. I want to try something real quick. Let's try password and then go to password 01, password 01. And this is different information, so it should let me just do that. Then let me try it again. Hmm. Here, we'll go check one other thing I'm thinking about right now. Okay, let's go to its properties. Edit. Alright, let's see if we can enforce the password history again. Okay, let's try to get it applied this time. See if it works this time. Alright. Hmm. Alright, well, I tried and I don't know why. I figured if I just went and enforced the password history like I said in the activity, it wouldn't allow me to change my password. But the main objective of it is you see a message stating that Windows is unable to update the password. I'm not getting that. This is because the default domain policy is in effect. Enforce password history. Maybe that's what I need to do. Go to default domain policy real quick. Let's see here. Oh, doggone it. 0 password 0. Here, let's try that. Alright, I'm sorry. I tried to configure this to see if I could get it correctly and kept going in through account policies. Alright, but I did notice that we didn't have any effect on account policies doing this activity, so that's at least good. Ah, Last try, and then I'm done. Alright, well, that's my password. I'll try to figure out why that didn't work. Anyway, that's my video for Activity 8.5. I'm sorry if you guys hung out and checked that out the whole time. I was just trying to troubleshoot a situation and see if I could figure out why I wasn't getting the Windows error message that you're supposed to get, or the Windows message stating that it's unable to update a password. Alright, have a good night. Thanks for joining me.